Following the incident of Sommie Maduagwu, who happens to pass away in Abuja as a result of armed robbery, there has been some latest updates, and this particular update is kind of scary, like coming from the Commissioner of Police himself. It's kind of had me worried about the nature of investigation in Nigeria. So the narrative they put out there is that Ms Sommie jumped from third floor of her apartment and lost her life. I mean, how? You're saying a vastly educated young girl who knew the implication of jumping from a third floor will, because of armed robbers, jumped off her balcony to her death? All right, that is the official statement as far as I can tell. But I just want you guys to tell me, do you think this is really the case? Like literally she jumped? And I also saw a video making the rounds where somebody said even the armed robbers were telling her not to jump. Please don't jump, don't jump. What kind of armed robber tell people not to jump when you are standing next to that person with a gun? If you ask my take, I would say somebody probably pushed her. If we have to go with that narrative of jumping from the third floor, I'm going to say somebody pushed her. We are in there. Fine. The official statement from the police still remained that she jumped because she was scared, she was anxious, she didn't know what's going to happen. There are probably gunshot sounds around her. It makes sense, you would say, right? But I think it's not easy. Not everyone will just jump off third floor in a siege, because the picture they painted for us is that there are about 14 or 15 armed robbers in the compound, and you think somebody will jump from the third floor in a bid to escape the armed robbers? Come on, man. Come on, man. Okay, how about the CCTV? Because I do understand this is a luxury apartment, right? And for a luxury apartment, they should have CCTV in the compound, in the house. At least all the angles of the house supposed to be covered with CCTV. So, do you have the CCTV showing clearly that Sommie walked to that balcony all by herself and then she just jumped off the cliff? Make it make sense, bro. Make it make sense. I cover everybody in Nigeria with the blood of Jesus, and I'm going to pray again. May Nigeria not happen to you. May the soul of Sommie rest in peace. Now, listen to the video from Arise News, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget, let me know what you think in the comment. Drop your take, like, and subscribe. Bye, guys.
Well, the Commissioner of Police, Federal Capital Territory Police Command, CP Ajawo Adewale, has extended his heartfelt condolences to the family, friends, and colleagues of Ms Sommie Maduagwu, describing the incident as a cruel and senseless act that has no place in a sane society. The Commissioner of Police assured Nigerians that the command remains fully committed to ensuring that justice is served. He now joins us to shed more light on security challenges leading up to Sommie's death and what the FCT Police Command is doing to ensure safety in Nigeria's administrative capital. Good morning, sir, and thank you for joining us on the program this morning.
Good morning, Oji. Happy Independence Day.
Thank you. Happy Independence Day. While some people celebrate today, many are mourning. I'd like for you to help us understand the circumstances surrounding Sommie's death. Can you provide more details about the circumstances of the armed robbery that led to Sommie's death? What can you tell us about the preliminary investigations conducted so far? Also, has the command identified any suspects or persons of interest at this stage? Are there any leads being pursued?
Thank you so much. Let me start this way. FCT Command, once again, commiserate with the family of Sommie. Arise News family, entire Nigerians that are reasonably touched with this ugly incident. It was indeed a sad one, very disturbing indeed. Regarding the circumstances surrounding the incident, to set the record straight, some Udnon, armed robbers specifically, gained access into unique apartments where Sommie lives. A twin 3-story, 18-flat apartment around the Girishiri end of Katampe under Mabushi divisional area. At this point in time, 2 guards were on duty, security men. These are private guard. And one of them, who had the courage to challenge, sustained a gunshot. Under this condition, you know the panic that will have resulted from this kind of environment. Sommie actually occupied an apartment on the topmost floor of the building. And out of the fear, she jumped down from that 3rd story, the top floor. The consequences is what we have seen. It's so sad, so unfortunate.
Well, have you
At last, this rescue was ready to the command control room. Policemen moved to the scene. What they could see, the unconscious body of Sommie on the floor. They picked her there and then and took her to my Tama General Hospital, where the doctor on duty tried as much as possible to see whether they can resuscitate her using the CPR. It's unfortunate. He couldn't make it. And that was the story. But what are we doing at our hand here? We've set up a specific investigation team headed by the Deputy Commissioner of Police Investigation, with all the tactical components required to unravel the whole situation with a view to tracking down the culprit responsible for this dastardly act. The leads we are getting, we're already working on it. No stone will be left unturned to ensure that the perpetrators are tracked and brought to justice. And the result of the investigation will be made known to Nigeria. That is the situation for now, Oji.
Okay, so it was your men who took our darling Sommie to the hospital while she was unconscious. And, you know, there were reports about the fact that she had been needing some identification before treatment was administered to her. We had a correspondent on ground with that report as well. But I also know that in your press statement, you mentioned deploying intelligence and, you know, operational assets. What specific measures has the command put in place now to track down these perpetrators? And also want to know if this incident was an isolated incident or had there been similar armed robbery cases in that area, that Katampe area recently? Okay.
The FCT residents are witnesses to the success we have been recording in the recent past. In those days, Gishiri axis used to be a troublesome soul, but that was in the far past. To God be the glory. FCT Command is particularly saddened with this incident that occurred on the night of 28th/29th of September, because the month of September was a month of major operational breakthrough for FCT Command, with arrest, neutralization of bandits, recovery of weapons, arms and ammunition. Monday was to be a day we were to celebrate that one with a press briefing with our media team Unfortunately, this sad incident neutralized everything, and everybody was so disturbed. So even in the most advanced world, security breach is something that could occur once in a while. But the thing is that how do we respond swiftly to the challenge? And that's what we are doing. That is what we are concerned with. Remaining focused to ensure that perpetrators are fished out and brought to justice. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Commissioner, thank you so much for your good work. It was said that they called the police and the police did not respond on time, also in that instance. So what's the response time on the police? And I'm really excited to hear this, your account, because we have not seen a note bearing the preliminary investigation by the police. We just saw a condolence message. So we want a detailed note so that we even know what we're dealing with, where we are thus far with the investigation, and where we need to go. But they said they called the police. The robbery happened at around from 3 a.m., but the response time of the police was appalling. What's supposed to be the response mechanism by the Nigerian police?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rufai. See, the situation is this. When we are talking of response time, it's a function of several factors. All right? When was the call made to the police? Where was the location of the police team as at that point in time? What is the proximity? What is the nature of environment we are contending with? Okay? These are the factors that determine what time the police will arrive there. Okay? Take note. These are developing areas with streets that are not numbered. It's happening in so area. You need to place this one on the Google and see how you can navigate to that environment. These are things that determine when the police will get to that location. See, something happening in Mabushi, that area might be closer to Maitama than to Mabushi. But when we are raising concern to Mabushi division division will be moving. It's on the basis of, on proximity rule, so division move to the location. I think as at that point in time, the police got to that place 20 minutes after 3.
All right.
And the deed has been done.
All right, sir. Thank you. It's just because of our time.
Hello?
Yes. Can you hear me, Commissioner?
Okay, I'm with you.
All right. Thank you. Because of our time, let me ask you. A resident in that area said that within 3 months, about 8 estates have been robbed in that district alone. So we appreciate the fact that there will be investigations conducted in this particular incident. But how about the others that have happened? Have investigations been done? Perhaps if we had reports around that or security had been reinforced, we would not have this situation happen. So can you please share with us investigations that have happened for, around that area with security concerns? Very briefly, sir.
Thank you. When incident happen, you see so many theories coming up. In terms of presence and visibility, I think Mabush is one area that's heavily covered by police presence. But this is a developing, spreading area where you see buildings in the suburb coming up. You understand? All these are things being attended to, right? So the report that about 8 robbery incidents that happened around that environment, look, my record does not support that. And for every action that takes place, police take immediate reaction to address the situation. And that is what we are doing. And that is what we continue to do. We assure you justice will be served and perpetrators will be tracked and they will be brought to justice.
Okay,
thank you so much.
That's a very simple question, and I would like your answer to be brief. How did the police arrive at the conclusion that this is a case of armed robbery? We have had many cases in the past of unresolved murders, assassination, whether it's Mashalari, Funshaw Williams, Bola Ige, Suliat Adidiji, and a host of others. And in the past, the police would just say, oh, it's armed robbery. Now, in less than 24 hours, the police will seem to have concluded that this was a case of armed robbery. What if it is not? Why is the police always using the armed robbery script?
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Abati. I got your question. Talking about this particular incident, you see, it's easy because it's obvious. They came in. Somi was not the only person resident in that apartment. We are talking of 18 flats with 16 fully occupied. All right? So handsets were picked, some cash from the wallet of individual with the wallet thrown back on the wall. So it's obvious, on the floor. So it's obvious that this is a clear case of robbery. Sommie was not shot. But out of fear, out of panic, it's not reasonable for anybody. What is the easiest escape route? She jumped down. It was a risk, but what was dangerous and fatal. So it's not just forming up at whether it is an armed robbery case or not. It's a clear case of armed robbery.
All right. Because we're running out of time, just a quick sentence on the message you have for the public.